So, welcome, dear students. Welcome to the first day of this practice session, marathon question practice session for AFM papers. For the day one, I plan to deliver sessions on strategic aspects of acquisition and business valuation topic. Moreover, we can name it as mergers and acquisition module. Mergers and acquisition module. This is a highly probable topic. Definitely, there will be one question from mergers and acquisition. Without mergers and valuation questions, there won't be AFM papers. That was the from the last 10 plus years experience. So actually this mergers and acquisition module consists of two chapters. First chapter is actually strategic aspects of acquisition. This comes with more theoretical. This chapter is actually mostly theoretical. One second, let me take my stylus pen. Yeah. So this chapter is actually a theoretical chapter. See, I made a very short note regarding mergers and acquisition. Key reasons for acquisition, please note it down. You can type here in this. See, there are in total 10 slides. There are in total 10 slides for theoretical areas of these mergers and acquisition. Please learn it. Please do learn it. Definitely one out of the 10 slides, definitely one is going to be tested in our exams for mergers and acquisition. Not I can't 100% guarantee it will be going to tested in exactly and direct way, but definitely in at least in an indirect manner, you can connect the topics what is given in these slides for your mergers and acquisition theoretical parts. So I'm not going to deliver these topics now. I'm just quickly marking which all areas should be considered. See why one organization is acquiring another acquisition, another organization. Why an organization is acquiring another one to gain all these benefits. To gain all these benefits, these are the key reasons for acquisition. Another theoretical topic could be the comparison between growing the company organically versus growing by acquisition. Growth by acquisition means we can quickly enter to the market. Through acquisition, we are reducing the competitor so that we'll be reducing competition and we can reduce risk of oversupply. We can increase the market power. These are the benefits of growth by acquisition. These are the benefits of organic growth, plus these are the disadvantages of growth by acquisition. If we plan to grow our organization, by acquiring the another companies, these are the disadvantages, or we can say these are the advantages of growing by organically, just adding up new branch, again new branch, one more, adding new branches organically. Without acquiring, we are adding new branches. We are starting the branch from zero, from scratch. So if we start from the scratch, the organization culture, values, everything will be in line with the objective what is stated by the mother company. It is comparatively less risky, less costly, and we can avoid integration problems. So similarly, there are good number of theoretical areas which I made into short notes. What is meant by synergy? What are the three types of synergies? Revenue synergy, cost synergy, financial synergy. Please do learn these topics. Since this is just a question practice session, I won't be having much time to deliver the entire things. I'm just quickly going through these points. What should be learned for theoretical areas from this module? I made it in a very crisp, very short points. Don't write like this. See, all mergers are not successful. Not every mergers are successful. Why? There are many reasons for that. One reason is lack of due diligence. That means the organization doesn't done proper investigation, doesn't done proper planning or proper paperwork and all. This is the one of the reason the mergers and acquisition might become not successful. Okay, so similarly, there are a few theoretical areas, but what I'm trying to say is don't write in your exam, don't write these key points only. In order to learn quickly, I made this short notes for you. But these are the just short heading points. These could be your heading points. You should elaborate into a small 2 to 3 line paragraphs. You can write 2 to 3 line sentence paragraph for each of the key points. Having said this, there are few more other theoretical areas. We'll come back to this later. Having said this, I'm going to discuss the numerical parts. See, there are lot of methods to calculate value of business, but the key models are tested. The key models tested by the examiner are: one is market capitalization. Market capitalization means examiner will be provided with share price. One at least one organization's share price will be given, since it's a listed company. So for listed company, since we already know the market share price, using market capitalization method, value of equity is equal to business value. Business value means value of equity. Value of equity is equal to the listed price multiplied by what will be the formula. Could you please comment, or you can unmute and say, so that I'll get to know you are able to follow me or not. In market capitalization method, we will multiply by the current share price with what? With what? Number of shares. Excellent. Number of shares. Okay. Wait. Let me take the, this is going to be market capitalization method. Market capitalization method. I'll show you a few questions. Okay. Once again, let me take an exam kit. Yeah, this is a slide older version, but that's fine to discuss. 1 second. See, there are a good number of questions from acquisition, mergers, Kirin Company, Salon, Vogel, Have, Sigra. All these are beautiful questions. So question number 4688, Sigra. It will be around 110. 56. Okay, see, this is a question. If you go through the scenario, see, I'm just making you comfortable on how to approach mergers and acquisition. Okay, exam practice. So in every question, definitely from the past 10 plus years experience, what I found is at least one company's listed share price will be given. So for Sigra company, you can see Sigra's current share price is given. Sigra's current share price is given. So for Sigra company question, see, we'll be doing this question together. So please take a spreadsheet. Please do take a spreadsheet for valuing the Sigra companies. Sigra, I'll name this sheet as Sigra company. For valuing the Sigra company's equity, value equity of Sigra company, I'll use market capitalization method. That is equal to one share price is 3.6. multiply by number of shares. How we will get number of shares? Definitely there will be some data from the SOFP. Here the share capital data is given. Each shares have a nominal value of 40 cents and the share capital is 4,400. So the number of shares will be 4,400 divided by 0.4. 4,400 divided by 0.4. So one share is worth 3.6. Once again, if I calculate the number of shares, 4,400 divided by 0.4, this much number of shares is having for Sigra company. So 11,000 multiplied by 3.6. So 39,600. This is super easy method. So see, most of the time students are finding difficulty to start mergers and acquisition question. While you're reading, if you found current market price, we should use a market capitalization method. Is it okay? I'll be doing 2 to 3 questions together, and we will crack the methodology of the examiner, how the examiner is asking how the examiner is creating the scenario node. Are you able to follow? This is a very simple method. Could you please confirm? Please do respond. I want to know your response. Yeah, good. And you should do it together with me, okay? We are not going to solve one question, then we'll go to next question. It's not like that. We'll be solving together 2 to 3 questions to crack the methodology of the examiner. Okay. So hopefully you guys done the valuation of Sigra. Hopefully you done with the valuation of equity of Sigra company. So I'll show you another question. We'll go to the next question. Have company. Then have company. Yeah. By reading this, while you're reading this, you can support here. Have company's current share price is 9.24. Have company's current share price is 9.24. So please do add one more sheet. One more sheet. Have company. And we are trying to calculate value of equity of have company. Value of equity of have company. If at all listed share price is given, we should use market capitalization. So this is equal to we need to know the number of shares of have company. Have company share capital is given 600 and each share's par value is 0.25. So 600 divided by 0.25, this is the number of shares multiplied by their current share price is 9.24. Similarly, we'll be picking one more question. Okay. Vogel company. Now the question is Vogel company. For Vogel company, the current share price is $3 per share. Again, tell me, please do respond. If you found current share price, that's a hint. We should use which method for that company? We should use which method for that company? Please do respond. Market capitalization. Definitely by reading more scenarios, I will make comfort which method should be applied for which scenario. I'll make sure that. Okay. Yeah, great. So for Vogel company, now we need to know the number of shares. So we'll go to the SOFP, check whether it is given or not. Yes, it is there. Vogel company's share capital is 190 and they have 50 shares. So I'll add one more sheet. Vogel company. Value of equity of Vogel company. Value of equity of Vogel company. First, we require how number of shares. They got number of shares is 190 divided by 0.5 multiplied by each share's worth $3. So this is the one of the common method which is testing for valuation. Done. So I'll discuss another method. After solving these three market capitalization for Sigra, Have, and Vogel, please let me know done. Or if you are not able to follow, then also please let me know. Are you able to follow? Or please do respond. Are you able to follow? Yeah, good. So next common method, very common method tested is PE ratio method based on earnings. Based. That means actually it's earnings based means it's PE ratio method. Under PE ratio method, value of equity is equal to earnings multiplied by, if someone knows the formula, please do respond. You have to learn this. Normally, in my normal sessions, I do deliver the concepts of these formula. Right now, I'm just using the formulas only. So value of equity is equal to earnings into PE ratio. Most of the case, examiner strict will be market capitalization will be given for first company. And second company's PE ratio will be linked to first company. Will be linked to first company. They will say the second company's PE ratio is greater or lower by 10%, 25% than the first company. So that means it's a hint. It's a hint. We should use PE ratio method for the second company. But the first, we have to solve the PE ratio of which company? In order to get the PE ratio of the second company, we have to solve the PE ratio of which company first? Which company first? The first company, right? The first company. Excellent. So let us pick a similar scenarios. For a P ratio, yeah. I'll use the Vogel company question. Vogel company. Please let me know once again. Do you have these exam kits Vogel company question with you or not? Please do respond yes or no. Otherwise, you won't be able to solve this. You have? Yeah, great. Great. Yeah. So let's continue. So for Vogel company question, please do read these two statements. Please do read these two statements. I'll wait. Okay. They said, see, Tory company, this is the second company. Vogel is the first company. Tory is the second company. Second company's PE ratio is linked to the first company's PE ratio. 25% is higher than Vogel company's PE ratio. That means we need to calculate. Please do take that Vogel company's sheet. Please do take the Vogel company's sheet. In the working note, I'll start a working note here. First of all, we need to know the PE ratio of Vogel company. We need to know the PE ratio of Vogel company. This is the second company. Sorry, yeah, Vogel company. This is the first company. Vogel company is the first company, right? Actually, it is the acquirer company, predator company. I'll name it as predator, other one is target. So PE ratio means price of equity shares. Price of equity shares divided by earnings. This is the formula. If we took one share's price in numerator, then the denominator also has to be earnings per share. If the price in the numerator is one share's price, then the denominator also has to be one share's earnings. See, PE ratio of Vogel, I'm starting with 1140. Is this one share's price or the total equity shares value? 1140, is this one share's price or total equities value? Total equity value. So the earnings should also has to be what? The earnings should also has to be what? The total, right? The total. Excellent, excellent. So PE ratio, price divided by earnings. Now I require earnings of Vogel. I'll go to the statements. This is the statement of Vogel company. Here they said before tax profit. See, earnings are before tax or after tax. Earnings means, is it before tax or after tax? Earnings means it is after tax. It is after tax, right? So in this question, tax rate, it is said somewhere here in the sixth adjustment. The tax rate applicable is 20%. So before tax is 158.2. So earnings will be 158.2. This is before tax. In order to make after tax, I'll take 80%. 20% is reduced due to tax payment. The after tax will be 80% of the before tax. So this is the PE ratio of Vogel company. From this PE ratio, I'll calculate PE ratio of Tory company. This is the second company mentioned in the question. PE ratio of Tory company. Okay, PE ratio of Tory company, they said it is 25% higher than Vogel company. 25% higher than Vogel company. So 9 into 1.25. 9 into 1.25. 25% more. In order to make it 25% more, I multiply by 1.25. Now I got PE ratio of Tori. In order to calculate value of equity of Tori, what is required? What is required now? We have PE ratio of Tori. What is required more to calculate value of equity using earnings PE ratio method? Profit after tax of which company? Profit after tax of which company you require? You should have this flow in the exam. You should have this flow in the exam. In order to get that flow, I'm doing multiple questions at a time. Are you feeling better regarding this topic now? Are you getting a better clarity on these topics? Please do respond. Yeah, good. Great. So I require the earnings of Tori company. Though it is there, I'll just write before tax earnings is given 23 for Tori company. This is the second company. Before tax earnings is given, it is 23. So 23 into 80%. 23 into 80%. This is earnings of Tori company. So value of equity of Tori company is equal to earnings into PE ratio. Earnings into PE ratio. So these are the two common methods. These are the two common methods tested for exam. One is market capitalization, other one is earnings based. Most of the case, earnings based PE ratio method. Second company's PE ratio will be linked with first company's PE ratio. So first of all, we have to solve for first company's PE ratio. Using first company's PE ratio, we'll identify second company's PE ratio. It will be multiplied with the earnings of the second company in order to get the value of equity of second company. Okay. So let us try this in another question also. I'll give you a few minutes to try yourselves. This is for that have company question. Could you please solve for value of Strand company? Could you solve for value of Strand company, value of equity of Strand company? I'll highlight the key areas. It is said somewhere here, and you have to take a data of earnings from the Strand company's earnings. This is also before tax. Try yourselves in order to calculate the value of equity of Strand company from the latest year. 2011, 12, 13. 13 is the latest year. Using latest year, try to calculate value of equity of Strand company from this paragraph and this from earnings. I'll wait. Hopefully you guys done value of equity of Strand company. See, they directly given the PE ratio of the industry. They said it is 16.4, and for the Strand company, the PE ratio is 10% higher than this. So, in a working note, we'll calculate the PE ratio of Strand company. PE ratio of Strand company. PE ratio of Strand company is equal to the current industry PE ratio is 16.4. As similar we done for that Vogel company, we increased by 25%. Here they said increase by 10%. So multiply by 1.1. We have the PE ratio. What is left? We require earnings. Earnings means profit after tax. Most of the case examiners presenting ways before tax. So 397 is the before tax, and tax rate where it is. Yeah, tax rate is in this question also 20%. So earnings is equal to I'll write more precisely earnings of which company. That will be much more better. Otherwise, we'll get confused. Earnings of Strand company is equal to 397 multiplied by 80% in order to make after tax. So now we can easily calculate value of equity is equal to earnings into PE ratio. That's it. Hope you are comfortable with earnings method also. You guys are hopefully you guys are comfortable with earnings method also, right? Right? Yeah. Let me check whether that Sigra company had something similar to this. Whether do they have any calculation based on PE ratio? Yeah, here it is. So, see, there are two companies, Sigra company and Dentro company. We already sold for Sigra company. Now, from these figures, reading, I'll highlight in green. These figures, and from figures from this P&L, do solve for the value of equity of Dentro company. Value of equity of Dentro company. Value of equity of Dentro company. I'll wait. Try yourselves. Value of equity of Dentro company. And after doing that, in comments, let me know that done. I'll wait. So for this question, we require PE ratio of Dentro. How they said PE ratio of Dentro is linked with the first companies, Sigra company. So in the working note, we have to start with what? Which company's PE ratio? In the working note, we have to start with which company's PE ratio? PE ratio of Sigra company, the first company, Sigra company. I'm making you guys comfortable about the flow of these type of questions. So, see, P ratio means price of equity. This is the total value of the equity. So the price divided by earnings, the earnings also has to be the total of Sigra company. See, profit after tax is directly given. We'll be taking that only. Profit after tax, 4950. 4950. 4950. This is the PE ratio of Sigra company. Now I need PE ratio of Dentro company. They said it is greater by what percentage? 12.5%. So how we'll calculate that? Multiply by 1.125. Multiply by 1.125. 12.5% increased. So this is the PE ratio of Dentro company. Now, since the earnings is directly given, 625 is directly given, no need to write. So I'll write you PE ratio using PE ratio method. Value of equity is equal to that earnings of 625 multiplied by this PE ratio. We are done with this. Value of equity of Sigra company, value of equity Dentro is also done. So two common methods we discussed. If you are okay with this, I'll continue to the next, the final, not the very final method, but the very common final method. I'll wait. Please do let me know in the comments, are you comfortable to continue or not? Third commonly tested method is cash flow based valuation. This is highly important method. Cash flow based valuation. Cash flow based valuation. Okay. See, cash flow based valuation, it is not only the method for valuation of equity, it is the only method in our syllabus to learn for valuation of debt and even for valuation of preference shares. See, valuation of preference shares are not commonly tested, not even single time tested at the AFM level, but valuation of preference shares was an examinable topic at FM level. But I can't guarantee anything like this. Since this not yet came, the probability of getting this is very low. See, cash flow based valuation, it is the only method used for even for valuation of debt and valuation of preference shares also. Okay. See, I'll explain the concept. For valuing all these, the concept is any items market price can be calculated by any items market price can be calculated by discounting means calculating the present value, discounting the future cash flow, discounting the future cash flow, any items market price can be calculated by discounting the future cash flow using a relevant discounting rate. That means, see, any items today's market price could be calculated by estimating the future cash flow, that could be generated from this item. It will be discounted using a relevant R. We'll calculate the discount, means we'll calculate the present value. That present value is current market price. This is the concept of cash flow based valuation. The concept of cash flow based valuation is any item's market price is, first of all, we have to estimate the future cash flow. And using a relevant discounting rate, we will calculate the present value. That present value is current market price. Are you okay with this concept? Are you okay with the concept of cash flow based valuation? Please respond. Yes? Good. So, see, there are a couple of methods. For valuation of equity, even under cash flow based valuation. There are 3 methods for valuing equity. But see, what I'm trying to write is the future cash flow. If you're valuing for valuation of debt, any items valuation, we require the future cash flow, right? If you are valuing the value of debt, assume you are investing, today you are going to invest in a bond. What will be your future cash flow? If you are investing in a bond? The future cash flow will be the coupon interest. Only the coupon interest if it's an irredeemable instrument. You'll get coupon interest for an infinite period if the debt instrument is irredeemable. And the relevant discounting rate, if anyone knows, could you please comment the relevant discounting rate? What will be the relevant discounting rate are for valuing of debt? For valuing a debt, the relevant discounting rate that made into 1 second. Yeah. It is KD. Similarly, for preference shares, if it's only irredeemable preference shares, the fixed dividend is the future cash flow, and the relevant discounting rate will be KP. We will calculate present value using the discounting formula. That present value is its one share price or value of debt. That present value is the value of debt. This is the value of preference shares. Similarly, for valuation of equity, if we are valuing a minority shareholder, the future cash flow is dividend. And the discounting rate will be KE. Discount this, we'll get immediately value of equity. Could you please confirm once again? Are you able to follow what I'm trying to explain? These are different methods. I'm trying to compile it and to keep it in a single concept. These are separate modules or separate sections in our study material. I'm trying to pull it in a single method. See, if you are a minority, if you are a part of minority shareholder, see, assume you bought some shares of Reliance company. Assume you bought a few number of shares of Reliance company. Are you part of majority shareholder or are you part of a minority shareholder? Please respond. Minority, right? So as a minority holder, you won't be able to control the entire cash flow of the Reliance company. You are not able to control the entire cash flows of the organization. But every year, as a shareholder, you will get paid what? Every year, you will get paid what? Dividend, right? So that's why we are using dividend as a future cash flow for the minority shareholder. But for majority shareholder, There are two methods. For majority shareholders, there are two methods. One is based on free cash flow to the firm, and another method is free cash flow to equity. If we are following free cash flow method, the discounting rate has to be what? If anyone knows, please do comment. If anyone knows, if we are following free cash flow to the firm method, it has to be vote, WACC. But if we are following free cash flow to equity, it has to be vote, KE. In this method, we will definitely get value of equity. But here, since it's the free cash flow of the firm, discounting back, we are not directly getting value of equity. We will get what? Value of firm only. Excellent, excellent. Most of you know this. Excellent, excellent. This is value of firm. That's why in this method, we have to reduce what? In order to get value of equity, we have to reduce what? We have to reduce value of debt. Value of debt. So these are the methods. These are the methods that is used for calculating the current market price of any security based on cash flow method. Dividend, definitely you know. What is coupon interest? Definitely most of you guys know. What is preference dividend? That's also known. But what is free cash flow? What is free cash flow for and what is free cash flow to equity? There's a format for that. We'll start with PBIT, less tax on PBIT, add back any non-cash depreciation, non-cash items similar to depreciation. This is the figure, it is named as operating cash flow. This is the figure named as operating cash flow. So from PBIT, we will less tax on PBIT. Do remember the tax has to be on PBIT. We are not reducing interest. Add back non-cash depreciation items, we'll get operating cash. Less investment. There are two types of investment. Less investment for replacement and less investment for incremental growth, for incremental investment. This figure is said to be free cash flow to firm. This is said to be free cash flow to firm. From free cash flow firm, if you adjusted, you reduced interest net of tax, and less redemption of debt, and you have if added any issue of debt, new issue of debt, then this figure will be what? If anyone knows, could you please comment? This figure will be free cash flow to equity. A few students ask, less investment in working capital. Is there any investment in working? This investment for incremental means there are two areas we have to invest. One is in non-current asset and investment in working capital as well. So this line includes both investment in working capital and non-current asset. Is it okay? Those students asked that. Aisha and a few students asked regarding working capital. Roshan and Suhail. That investment in incremental investments, it consists of both. Okay. Now, I'll go to another question. I'll take a simple question. See, I'll take a very simple one to discuss first. Vogel company, how does this a big challenge? We have to read thoroughly. As a start, as for a discussion, we'll go with a question. Yeah. Current company. Okay, 1 second. See, there are few questions could be solved for free cash flow to equity, but most of the time free cash flow to equity is tested in 50 marks question. So first of all, I'll try to explain the different types of questions that could be asked from mergers. Using that type of question, I will come to this solving free cash flow method later. Is it okay? I'm going to explain types now. I'm going to see what we discuss as at this moment. We discuss three types of valuation. Now I'm going to explain different types of different styles of questions that could be asked from mergers and acquisition. While discussing that styles of question, I'll come to this valuation based on cash flow based valuation. Is it okay? Is it okay? Yeah, good. See, the common question, there are three layers of question. From my analysis, there are three layers of mergers and acquisition. First layer question. It will ask to calculate what is the additional value. Value means value of equity. Okay, additional value means value of equity. That's actually mean by the examiner. Value of equity to the equity holders. Additional value of equity due to merge, due to acquisition. Okay, see, for this Sigra company, let us assume value of equity of combined company. Value of equity of combined company. Let us assume the merged company, the combined company is, I'm putting an assumed figure 50,000. See, previously these were the pre-acquisition values. Pre-acquisition value of equity. These are pre-acquisition values. These were pre-acquisition values. Individually, Sigra had 39,600 value. Dentro company has 5,625 value. 5,625 value. So, previously we can say that both company, without merging, without combining, in total pre-acquisition, the value is 4,225. After combination, the value of the both company, combined company, now increased to 50,000. If we take the difference between pre-acquisition values and post-acquisition value, if we take the difference between pre-acquisition value and post-acquisition value, we can easily calculate the additional value. So additional value is equal to the difference between 50,000, that's post-acquisition value, minus pre-acquisition value. This is a layer one question. The examiner, this is a very common question to calculate the additional value through combination. How to calculate the additional value? It is the difference between which all value? Please do respond. It is the difference between pre-acquisition values and post-acquisition values. Okay. See, the same question. Assume this is the total additional value created through combination. Out of these additional value, this is actually attributable to the both company shareholder. Are you agreeing with that? This is the additional value through combination, and these additional values attributable to the both companies shareholders. Correct? Are you agreeing with that? Shruti, value of equity of combined company, I just assumed. This is an assumed figure. I didn't calculate it. In order to explain the methodology, the style of the question, I just assumed. Okay. There is no method. I didn't calculate it for that figure. Okay. So this additional value is attributable to the both companies. Assume most of the time the acquisition method final decision has to be from the predator company. Assume predator company is ready to pay additional value attributable additional value attributable to target company shareholder. That means here target company is Dentro company, that is target company. Okay, additional value attributable to Dentro company, that means target company. Let us assume, please do listen everyone carefully. I'm just assuming a figure. Assume 2000. 2000 is the additional value attributable to the target company shareholder. So please let me know then what will be the leftover additional attributable value to the predator company. That means in this question, Sigra company shareholder. If you know that, could you please comment? Could you please comment? It is for the total additional value minus the additional value attributable to the target company. Do remember, this is always a balanced figure. This is always balancing figure. Additional value to the predator company shareholder is always a balancing figure. How much we are ready to pay to the target company shareholder. After paying that, whatever is left over, that is attributable to the target company. Do remember, this is always a balancing figure. Which company's shareholders is balancing figure? Whether it's target company or predator company. Please do respond. Please do respond. It's predator. Why I'm saying this? See, additional value attributable to target company shareholder will depending upon whether we are giving cash offer, whether we are providing them share offer or mix offer. Based on this, the additional value attributable to the target company shareholder might increase or decrease. So we need to calculate the additional value of target company first. Then only we will come to the additional value attributable to the predator company. Is it okay? Could you please comment? Is it okay? Yeah. See, sometimes examiner will say, in order to the acquisition take place, in order to acquisition happen, we need to pay a premium of some percentage. Let's say a premium of 30%. We need to pay a premium of 30%. Premium means what? Premium means what? Is it the same current value or more than additional value? Premium means, is it additional value or not? The same value or additional value? Premium means, is it same value or additional value? See, sometimes examiner straight away says the additional value attributable to the Dentro company. They will say 30% is premium. 30% is premium. So this is a super easy question. If they say 30% is premium attributable to target company, how we will calculate? What is the normal value of target company? From this question, could you please pick what is the normal value of target company from this question? Could you please? Normal, not John, it's not 4775, it's not 2000. Normal value is 5625. This is the current normal value of equity of Dentro company. If the predator company is acquiring them without paying an additional value, without paying any premium, if predator is acquiring the target company without paying any premium or without giving an additional value, we have to pay only 5625. But most of the case, target company will expect some additional value. That means they will expect some premium. So if the examiner states a premium percentage, that premium percentage has to be calculated on value of equity of target company. Premium has to be calculated on value, pre-acquisition value of equity of target company. So premium, if they said 30%, the 30% has to be on the pre-acquisition value of equity of Dentro company. So this much premium has to be paid to target company. Then whatever left, it is for predator company. Do remember, it's always balancing figure 4. predator company. Are you able to follow this? Are you able to follow this? Are you getting more clarity on what to be done in the exam questions? Is it beneficial or not? Otherwise, see, there is no point in like spending this time. This is the last days of our exam. Even my time or yours time is also precious. If you have any doubts, could you please unmute and ask? Unmute and ask. Could you please unmute and ask?
Sir, can you please say the sharing of the additional value between
Sorry?
the parents? And
could you please
can you please say once more the sharing between the additional value between the parent and the Dendron Sigra?
See, these all are assumed figure. If at all examiner says we have to pay a 30% premium, that premium has to be calculated on the pre-acquisition value of the target company. Here, pre-acquisition value of target company is 5,625. On this figure, they are expecting a 30% premium. So 30% of 5,625 was 1,685. Total additional value is 4,775. So out of this, we paid a premium. We paid an additional value of 16787 towards target company. Then whatever left from 4775 is attributable to the predator company. Is it okay? The one who asked doubt, is it okay for you?
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Sometimes examiner asks, I'm asking a question. See, if here this is 5,000, if we are providing an 5,000 additional value or premium towards the target company, is it beneficial for the predator company? Is it going to be beneficial for the predator company? No, right? No, right? We'll end up with a negative figure. So could you please find out what will be the maximum affordable premium? Could you please say what is the maximum affordable premium? What is the maximum affordable premium? That will be equal to the 4775. Sometime examiner asks that also. See, for this question, which question? I guess for Sigra. Not Sigra. Cab company, let me check. Yeah. See, read question B. Calculate this from Have company. Okay, calculate the maximum acquisition premium. Maximum acquisition premium. If examiner asks, it should be equal to 4775. That is additional value. How we will calculate additional value? It is a difference between which all figures? Post and pre. So I'm telling you that I'm making you guys comfortable. If examiner is a tricky person, he will be making the requirement in different ways. Sometimes he will ask to calculate additional value. Sometimes he will ask to calculate maximum premium. In both cases, we have to start with pre-acquisition value and post-acquisition value. Whether the examiner asks for maximum premium or additional value, maximum premium is equal to additional value itself. We'll calculate by pre-acquisition and post-acquisition value. Okay. One more way. Examiner simply say, out of this additional value, this will be split in between 60% and 40%. See, out of this additional value, simply the example will say 60 is split with the first company and 40 is split with the other company. So how will you calculate this? Additional values, 60% is for first company and additional values remaining, that is 40% to the predator company. So these are the common way that could be asked for the level 1 question. These are the common way That could be asked for the level 1 question. Level 2 is different types of offers. That's will be discussed later. Level 2 is cash offer, share offer, mixed offer and all. Are you comfortable with these requirements? We'll just go through the requirements. First requirements based on the figures we need to calculate maximum premium. Next question. Estimate showing all relevant calculations. What is the maximum premium? Again, maximum premium means what? We need to calculate which figure. We need to calculate which figure maximum premium means. Additional value, pre-acquisition value, post-acquisition value. How to calculate pre-acquisition value and post-acquisition value? Most of the case, I'm not guaranteeing this, but most of the case, out of these three methods, any of the three is going to be tested. Okay, excellent. So, we are going to solve a full question now. Let's solve this question named Salon. Okay, I need your good reading, careful reading about Salon company. For Salon company, you need to read only this exhibit from here to till this point is required to solve A1. So carefully, could you please confirm, do you have this question with you? Salon company. Could you please confirm, do you have this Salon company question with you? Yeah, good. So please read Salon company's scenario quickly. Without knowing the scenario, we can't solve this properly. Reading scenario, make sure that which method we are going to use here, whether it is free cash flow method or whether it is this is a little slight confusing question, but definitely we'll solve in a good manner. Okay, so read carefully and once done reading, let me know. I'll wait for you. Let's solve this question named Salon company. For those who are watching the record lectures, please read the scenario carefully. Only after reading the scenario, you should continue these lectures. So requirement A, see, in exams, we should start with reading with requirements, not the scenario. Hopefully everyone knows that. But for this discussion part and make it a little more quicker, I made you guys to read the scenario first. In exam, you should start reading with requirement. So the requirement is to calculate the estimate the equity value of the combined company. Okay, combined company, and expect additional value through combination. So additional value means we not only the combined value, we require pre-acquisition values. So please let me know, is there any company's current share price is given? Is there any company's current share price is given?
Yeah.
Yeah, that means we have to do what? Which method?
Market
Capitalization.
Definitely, this has to be our start point. Most of these time, getting a start for mergers and acquisition is a bit challenge. For NPV and all, NPV calculation, we know that it's sales volume, selling price, variable cost, fixed cost. We have a format. So here also, I'm trying to give you a comfortable format, comfortable flow for mergers and acquisition. So in order to get additional value, we need value of pre-acquisition value is required. So I'll always start with writing this A1, right? And don't forget to label the name. It is which company? Salon company. Yeah, Salon company. And I'm going to solve A1. Value of equity of pre-acquisition values is required. I'll label it pre-acquisition values. Pre-acquisition value. Pre-acquisition value means two companies' value. Value of equity of Salon company, the predated Salon company, and value of equity of Chavon company. Chavon company. Great. And post-acquisition value is also required. Post-acquisition value. This is the format. It could be a combined company. There will be some spin-off company. Value of equity of combined company. Combined company. Sometimes, see, value of equity of some spin-off company will be there. Do you know what is meant by spin-off? See, assume target company has 3 departments, A, B, C. Target company has 3 departments, A, B, C. Through acquisition, C department sold. At the time of acquisition, after merging, C department sold. B department made it a separate company. That is said to be spin-off. And the A department is combined with the predator company. So, as if this is predator company, there was 3 departments for target company. Through combination, we sold, the predator company sold the C department. B department will be a separate company and A department will be part of the predator company. So post-acquisition value could be value of equity of combined company plus value of equity of spin-off company plus net cash realized from sale of some departments. Actually, this was the format for Vocal company. In Vocal company, the target company was Tory. Tory company had 3 departments, A, B, C. So this was the format for Tory company question. But here, just merging, just acquiring. There is no sell-off or there is no spin-off. Did you understood what I mean here? I want to show you the format in a different scenario. Is it okay? Is it okay? Yeah. For this scenario, it is only value of equity of combined company. Value of equity of combined company. And
Sir, after
yeah, please.
Sir, ഇതിലിപ്പോ മറ്റേ അക്വയർ ചെയ്ത കമ്പനിയും അക്വയർ ചെയ്യപ്പെട്ട കമ്പനി രണ്ടിന്റെ വാല്യൂ എടുക്കൂലേ?
Yeah.
ഇതിപ്പോ ഒരു കമ്പനിയുടെ വാല്യൂ അല്ലേ എടുക്കുന്നുള്ളൂ ഇപ്പൊ ചെയ്ത ക്വസ്റ്റ്യനിൽ?
Which question? We are
This question. ഈ ഫോർമാറ്റില്ലേ?
See, this value of combined company means it includes both Salon plus Chavon. Okay. Both company will be there. Combined. Yeah.
Okay.
So here one company share price is directly given. 6.5. So we'll be solving market capitalization for Salon company. Salon company got how many number of shares? 50 million. See, sometimes examiner put a dollar sign here. If dollar sign is there, that means it is value. In order to get number, we have to divide it by the par value. If there is no currency symbol, that means it's numbers. Be careful about that. That's a tricky thing. Sometimes he'll give, the examiner provides with the numbers, or sometimes it will be value. So number of shares as a working note, this is not mandatory, but for better data and better presentation, I'll write this number of shares in Salon company. It is equal to 50 million. Number of shares in Salon company, it is 50 million. So value of equity is equal to, per share it is 6.5. Per share is 6.5 multiplied by 50. So this is the value of equity of Salon. Now, Chavon company is they made a relationship between this price. They made a relationship with the price. See, this share price, this value of equity, what they said, this share price of 6.5 is the 8 multiple, the multiple of, which is a multiple 8 of its free cash flow to equity, which is a multiple of 8 of its free cash flow to equity. So they made a formula here. Their share price is equal to, they made a formula. This is not a formula to be learned in our syllabus. Since from the scenario, they made a relationship between price and free cash flow. Their price is equal to 8 times of what? They said what? Their share price is 8 times of what?
Okay.
Their free cash flow. So it's a hint that we know the share price 6.5. We know the multiplication is 8. Using this, we could estimate what?
Future cash flow.
Free cash flow of which company? Salon company. So in the working note, free cash flow to equity of Salon company. This is required for a further calculation. Right now it is not required, but since it's in the data, I'm solving. Free cash flow to equity of Salon company is equal to, this is the price, right? 325. Here, this is one share's price. If you done like this 6.5 per share divided by 8, you will get free cash flow equity per share only. You will get free cash flow to equity per share only. Instead of using one share price, we know the total share price. What's the total share price? It is 325. You can create the same formula, same relationship in this manner also. 325 is equal to 325 is the total value of shares. 325 is the total value of shares. This is equal to free cash flow to equity of the total multiplied by 8. So free cash flow to equity is equal to this 320 has to be divided by or multiplied with 8. 320 has to be divided or multiplied by 8.
Divided.
So, yeah, free cash flow to equity of Salon company is equal to this 325 divided by 8. And this examiner asked the same ratio in 2 times. Previously, there's a question. Do remember the question, page number 123. Okay, 123. I have to come back again. It's in a question named, and it's a 50 marks question. If I'm not wrong, it is Nahara or Nente. Let me take Nahare. 22 page number means it is 52 somewhere. 10 question. Yeah, here. See, read carefully. Each Avon company share is currently trading at 7.5. So Avon company share price could be calculated. Avon company's value of equity could be calculated by which method?
Market capitalization.
Market capitalization. And they made a relationship with which is a multiple of 7.2 times of free cash flow to equity. From this, we can, as a balancing figure, we could calculate what? Free cash flow to equity. Free cash flow to equity of that particular Avon company. So this, I said, this is a commonly tested balancing adjustment in order to identify free cash flow to equity. Hope you guys are comfortable with this formula, this relationship now. Is it okay? Yes, is it okay? Could you please confirm? Yes, through different questions, I'm making you that flow more easier. Okay. What was the number? It was 123, right? I'm back to the this question. Now, they said, what is next data? Chavon company, this next company, second company's free cash flow to equity is currently at 7 million. Okay. So free cash flow to equity of Chavon company, it is given. It is 7 million. It's 7 million. And they are expected to grow by 3%, and the relevant return to the equity holder is 15%. See, we know that free cash flow to equity is given, and their growth rate is given, and their relevant discounting rate is also given. Using these figures, equity holders, as an equity holders, how many years they will get returned as an equity holder? Is it an redeemable instrument or irredeemable instrument? Equity. If we invest in equity instrument, the amount will be redeemed only at the time of winding up. So that means, as an equity holder, they will get this free cash flow for an infinite period. That means perpetuity, right? They will get this return for perpetuity. So in the perpetuity formula, the present value is equal to perpetual cash flow into 1 plus G divided by R minus G. If you are not aware, if you didn't learn this formula, please do learn. Please do learn. This is a discounting calculation of present value if the cash flows are perpetual. There are 3 types of cash flows. A single cash flow, a same series of cash flows for a defined period, that is annuity, a same cash flows for an infinite period, that is perpetuity. Could you please confirm, do you know these items?
Yes, sir.
Single cash flow, annuity cash flow, and perpetual cash flow. If you are not aware about that, please make a note. It's a very compulsory to learn. That's a very basic. So using this formula, we could calculate the value of equity of which company? Using this formula, we can calculate the value of equity of which company? Which company?
Shravan.
So, here value of equity is equal to free cash flow to equity is 7 into 1 plus G. They said the growth rate is 3%. So multiply by 1.03. Perpetual cash flow into 1 plus G. Divided by, in brackets, R minus G. The expected return to the equity holder. This is a KE. Expected return to equity holder. Their return is 15%. So 0.15 minus 0.03. Using perpetuity formula, we solve the value of equity of Shravan company. Okay. Perpetual cash flow into 1 plus G divided by R minus G. So this is the value of equity of target company. Sorry, predator company. Target company. My mistake. Target company. Have you done this? Could you please confirm quickly?
Yes, sir.
Could you please confirm quickly?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, good. Now we'll continue reading. Now, could you please just erase data in order to get highlighted to a particular sentence? Could you please read from here to this, and especially you have to give a more significance to this sentence. Could you please read once again?
After acquisition, it will be also multiplied by 8.
So the relationship, this relationship, even after acquisition also remains same, correct? Valuation of equity, even after combination, it is equal to free cash flow to equity multiplied by 8 times. This relationship won't change. See, we have value of equity of two pre-acquisition. Now we require value of equity of combined company. Combined company's relationship also same. It is not going to change. So if we have free cash flow to equity of combined company, we will be able to solve value of equity of combined company. Are you agreeing with that? If we have free cash flow to equity of the combined company, then using this relationship, we will be able to calculate the value of equity of combined company. Are you agreeing with that? Yes?
Yes.
Yeah. See, do we have free cash flow to equity of predator company? Yes. Do we have
Yes.
free cash flow to equity of target company? Yes.
Yes.
So free cash flow to equity of combined company will be, we need to simply add these two, correct? Combined companies will be both companies free cash flow to equity, these two. Plus, do you remember synergies? While combining, there will be some cost saving, there will be some revenue synergies, there will be increase in free cash flows. In next paragraph, do they mention about some synergetical increase in free cash flow to equity in next paragraph? Do they mention?
Yes, 5 million.
They mention clearly there is an increase of 5 million due to synergy. Is this increase in profit? Do they mention, is it increase in profit? Say yes or no. Is it increase in profit? No. They expect that the free cash flow to equity of the combined company increase. If they said profit will increase by 5 million, we can't add here 5. We can't add that 5 here. Why? Because other two are free cash flow to equity. So do remember, there's a hint. Whatever synergy is given, sometimes examiner will give you synergies in cash flow. Sometimes examiner will give you synergies in profit. Synergies will occur at what time only? Pre-acquisition or post-acquisition? Please do remember. Please do.
Post-acquisition.
It's only at the time of post-acquisition, right? So
Yes, sir.
whatever synergy is given, whether it is in cash flow, then combined companies post-acquisition valuation is based on free cash flow. If synergies are given in profits, earnings, cost savings, then the combined company's valuation has to be in earnings based method. So it's a hint. Which method is applicable for combined company? Hint is, if synergies are in cash flow, then some cash flow based valuation to be done for combined company. If synergies are in cost savings or increase in profit or increase in earnings, then it says we have to go for earnings based. More comfortable now? I need honest
Yes, sir.
review.
Yes,
I need
Yes,
sir.
honest
sir.
review. Yeah, great, great. Papa. So free cash flow to
Sir,
equity
if
of
any,
combined company is this much. Yeah, please.
if you can say any example for that
Yeah.
synergy coming in revenue.
Yeah, here, another example. Kirin company. This is another question. Here, read this paragraph. Read these paragraphs. There's some synergies. Okay. Read carefully about the synergies. Is it cash flow synergy, or is it increase in cash flow, or is it an increase in profits? Identify.
Increase in profit.
Revenue or cost increase in it, that means increase in profit. This says we need to follow profit based valuation, means earnings based profit after earnings is profit after tax, right? So earnings based PE ratio method has to be done for combined company. Is it okay?
Okay.
Yeah, fine. So coming back to the Ceylon company question, yeah, we got everything right. We have this free cash flow to equity of combined company. Now, how we'll calculate that value of equity of combined company is equal to free cash flow to equity of combined company multiply by what it remains. They said that relationship remains. That relationship remains in what times?
8 times.
8 times. If they said it will increase to 9, we'll take 9. If it reduces to 7, we'll take 7. That's it. So multiply by 8. This is a combined company's value. So additional value or maximum premium, additional value through combination or maximum premium, it is post acquisition value minus pre acquisition values. Okay. So at this point, we solved level 1 question. Level 1 question for mergers and acquisition topic. So we solved level 1 type of questions from mergers and acquisition. Actually, there are 3 levels. Level 1 and 2 is commonly tested. Level 3 is very rare. So I'll try to explain level 2 for this practice session. Okay. So level 2, the examiner want to know out of this additional value, how much will be split to target company and what is balanced to which company? Predator company. I'm suffering from a severe headache. Okay. Yeah, let's continue. See, the level 2 question, the examiner will ask, the requirement will be, out of the additional value, how much premium will be paid towards target company and what is left over with Predator company if we follow cash offer or if we follow share offer. In both cases, the premium towards or premium or additional value, this name could be interchanged. Premium or additional value, both are same. The premium or the additional value towards target company, is it going to be same whether when they are getting cash offer or when they are getting share offer? The additional value or additional premium towards target company, is it going to be same or different? What's your opinion?
Different.
Different.
It's going to be different, right? It's going to be different. I'll draw a picture. I'll draw a picture. Is there any space available? Yeah, I'll write here. See, this is target company. This is target company shareholders. they are holding target company share. These shares they are going to give up. They are going to give up. And these shares are going to be taken up by target company, sorry, predator company. These shares are going to be taken up by predator company. So predator company will acquire these shares and they will cancel it off. They will cancel it off. The target company is going to be part of predator company now. They will tear it off. They will tear it off the shares of target company. After acquisition, do remember these shares are cancelled. This is an important thing. Many of the students doesn't know, doesn't thought like this. These shares are cancelled. Instead of that cancelled share, what they are going to get? What they are going to get? What these predator company will be going to offer? They might offer some cash.
Yes, also.
They might offer what? Shares in combined company, or they will offer some mixed offer. In any case, the give up of the predator target company will be what? They are giving up what? Their shares in target company, right? So first of all, we will take the difference between these two. They will get this much cash. They have to give up shares worth this much value. We'll take difference of these two. We'll take the difference of what they are getting and what they are giving up. Difference between these two, we will be identifying, we'll be getting what's the additional value or additional premium is provided towards target company. After finding out this, as a balance, we will find out the additional value towards which company. After finding out the target company's additional premium based on what they are getting and what they are giving up, as a balance figure, we'll calculate the additional value towards which company?
Predator.
You got the picture clarity now? What's happening at the time of acquisition? Target company's shares is cancelled off. That's tear it off. For that, for giving up that shares, they will either they'll get cash or share or mix. So first of all, based on that, we will identify what's the additional value or premium towards target company shareholder. Then only we will be calculating predator. Here, in this question of Salon company, it's a share offer. They said they're offering if Chavon company's one share is given up, if Chavon company, the predator company is one share give up, predator company is ready to allot 5 shares in combined company. Do remember, after acquisition, this will be combined company. See, these shareholders are offered with shares of predator company, means that will be after acquisition, it will be combined company. Okay, so I'm going to write for share offer. This is the second level question, A2 second level question. The examiner, if you go through the requirement, you will get to know that the examiner want to know. The requirement is to estimate the share of the gain from the combination created for Chris Chavon. See, there's only one shareholder which is holding 20 million something number of shares in the Chavon company. Only one, it's a sole shareholder. Number of shares is 20 or 50. I don't remember. Let's see. And what is the share gain related to the Salon company shareholder? And based on that, we need to comment on those figures. Okay. So it's a share offer. We'll be calculating the gain towards, first we will be calculating gain towards target company based on what they are getting, what they are giving up. If they give up one share in Chavon company, this is what they are giving up, right? One share in Chavon company, they will get how many shares in combined company?
5.
So 5 shares in combined company. Taking difference of these two, we will be able to, if we got these figures, we will be able to calculate the gain towards Chabon company, right? So what's the share price of Chabon company? For this, for picture clarity, I'm writing the number of shares once again here in the working note. I'm writing once again in order to get more clarity of the discussion. In Salon company, there are in total 50 number of shares. This is a Predator company. And number of shares in Chabon company, the target company. Could you please pick from the question? What is the number of shares in Chabon company?
2 million.
2 million number of shares. These are number of shares. Okay, numbers. Okay. So what was the total value of Chabon company? 60 million. 60 million was the total value of Chabon company divided by in total 2 million number of shares in Chabon company, and it is held by only one shareholder, which is named as Chabon. So total value is 60, in total 2 million number of shares. That means 30 per share. This is the value of the shares, which is per share, which is tearing off. Are you able to follow? You got it? This is the value of the cancelling share. Is it okay? They have to give up only one share to get 5 shares. Are you able to follow? Could you please confirm? I'm waiting.
Yes,
I'll
sir, yes, sir.
give you to complete till this point. I'll give you a few seconds to complete till this point. This is a very common question to calculate the additional gain. First of all, we need to calculate the gain towards target company based on what they are giving up. It's always their share. It can be 1 share or 2 share or 3 shares they have to give up. For that, they'll get either cash or they'll get some shares in the combined company. So as a format, I'm giving you for the smooth flow, I'm making some format. So 5 shares in combined company. Shahzad, were you left? Could you please unmute and ask your doubt? Don't say like, could you please confirm once again? I want to know from which point I should explain once again. Do unmute and ask. Quickly, we don't have a whole day for this. I'm getting tired now. Please, quickly.
Okay, sir. The value of the company is 60, no?
It's the total value of the company. How many number of shares in Chabon company? 2 million.
2 million shares.
So what will be the value of 1 share? It is $30.
This is the cancelling share of 50 and 2.
Sorry?
2
Cancelling
is the
share is
cancelling.
2 million. We are cancelling the
Okay.
Chabon company, the target company.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Now we need to know price of combined company, and we are offering 5 shares worth that much price towards the target company. We are offering 5 shares in combined company. So in order to solve what they are getting, we need to know the price per share of the combined company. What is the value of equity of combined company? Value of equity of combined that we know is equal to 325. No, sorry, my mistake. Value of equity of combined company is 421. Yeah, it's 421. What was the number of shares in Predator company? Please carefully listen, everyone. Please carefully listen, everyone. What was the number of shares in Predator company in this question? It was 50 million, right?
50 million.
It was 50 million. Everyone, please carefully listen. There are 2 offers, cash offer and share offer. Cash offer means the company will pay cash to the shareholders. We are not allotting any new shares here. We are not allotting any new shares. So the combined company's shares will remain at 50 if it's a cash offer. But if it's a share offer, we are allotting some new number of shares for these target company shareholders in the combined company. So the combined company's number of shares will increase if what offer? Combined company's number of shares will increase in what offer? Share offer. So this is a share offer question. This is a share of question. Share offer question. So number of shares in combined company, which is equal to what was the number of shares previously? Predator had 50. Predator had 50 plus we are offering shares to target company. We are offering shares to target company. What is the number of shares in target company? What is the number of shares in target company?
2 million.
2 million.
shares.
For each one share, we are giving 5. So the fraction will be multiplied by 5 by 1. It is 5 by 1. We will give 5 for every one. So we will be issuing 10 million more shares, 10 million more shares, 10 million new shares in the Predator company. I mean, combined company. So overall, the combined company's number of shares will increase to 60. Is it okay? Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
price per share in combined company, price per share in combined company will be equal to 421 is the value of total value of combined company divided by number of shares 60. Number of shares 60. So 7.01. This is the value of equity of combined company, and we are offering how many number of shares? We are offering in share offer how many number of shares we are offering? 5, right? So 7. This value multiplied 5. This is the value what they are going to get. The target company shareholders is going to get 5 shares worth 7 value in the combined company. So they will get 35 value if they give up 30 value. While giving up 1 shares worth 30 value, they are getting 5 shares in total worth 35. So their gain per share, this which company is gain per share? Chavon companies, target company. Target company shareholder gain per share to target company shareholder. Target company shareholder. This is equal to 35 minus 30. 35 minus 30. For each shares in that company, they are getting a premium of 5. Array, if this was cash, if this was a cash offer, we'll write cash offer. They'll get cash of 35 for giving up of 30 value. So they are getting 35. What is their premium? They are giving up a share worth 30. They are getting a cash of 35. How much premium or how much additional value they are getting for each shares? It is 5, right? It is that 5.04. So whether it is cash offer or share offer, only here it says. Only here it says cash offer, share offer. Cash offer, share offer. Only here it says. Are you able to follow? Could you please confirm?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Please confirm. Yes. Okay. Now, this is the gain per share. We need to know out of the total additional value, what is the gain towards total shares of the target company. So this gain per share, now we'll calculate total gain towards target company shareholder. That means target company shareholder. How many number of shares in target company? How many number of shares in target company?
2 million.
So for each shares, $5 we have to give as a premium, multiply by 2 million. In total, 2 million was there in target company. For each shares in target company, we have to provide a premium or additional value of 5. So 10 million is total gain towards to target company. Now tell me how we will calculate the total gain towards total gain or total premium or total additional value towards Predator company. How we will calculate it? How we are supposed to calculate? It is always balancing figure. 5 minus 10. So this is the proforma. This is the format you should follow for whether it is a cash offer or share offer. Be careful. It's not always giving up of 1 share. It could be 2 shares. It could be 2 share. It could be 3 share. Based on that, you need to adjust gain per share. See how this is gain per share. Since it's divided by 1. Why it's divided by 1? It's only 1 share giving up. If it's a 2 share for 5, if it's a 2 share for 5, we have to divide by 2 here. Do you got that point? Assume if the ratio is 2 shares we have to give up in order to get in 5 shares. So difference between 35 and 30, this is the gain for giving up 2 shares. In order to get gain per share, we have to divide with what? In order to get gain per share, we have to divide with 2. So you have to be careful about that. Since here it is 1 share, So the difference between these two, it's gain per share. If it's a 2 shares, then it's gain per 2 share. In order to make it to 1 share, we have to divide by 2. So this is a very common question. Please do follow the same format, whether it is a cash offer, share offer, or mix offer. Plus, see, you using the figures of cash offer and share offer, you need to discuss which offer is better. The easiest way to discussion is start with the financially benefit, whether cash offer or share offer is better. Then you can talk about liquidity issues. While providing cash, the liquidity position of predator company will be reduced. The liquidity position of target company will be increased. Target shareholders will be increased. And in cash offer, we need to pay immediate tax. The target company shareholder have to pay immediate tax. So there's some general points that could be discussed for the continuation comments for these questions. Okay. Is it okay now? The pro forma for calculate the second level question. Third level question, it's about how this cash offer or share offer is going to affect the gearing position. You need to calculate the debt and equity position of combined company, and you need to calculate gearing position. This is tested very rarely, not that much frequent, but very rarely this has been asked. That's a level 3. So level 1 is additional value. Level 2 is out of the additional value, how much percentage gain towards target company and predator company. So having said this, shall I stop today's session? These are the common questions. Plus, see, one more topic is the valuation of debt. There was a technical article for bond valuation. Please go through that technical article, bond valuation. That's an important topic. Valuation of debt using yield curve. It's a highly probable topic. Okay, so let me stop this recording.